Good afternoon and welcome to the briefing hosted by the Board of Directors of Gemfamy Group with participation of our heads of development, marketing, and legal representatives on Monday, December 23rd of 2019. My name is Olga Povetsky and I will be translating on behalf of all the speakers today. Valery Ostrikov speaking. Good afternoon, dear colleagues and friends, and today we have a conference where our developers, marketers, and legal representatives will be answering your specific questions. We've been receiving your questions over the course of the month and will now answer them. Firstly, we are discussing our Gemfamy and MarketSpace ecosystem, and we are continuously striving to deliver more notions and functionalities than our competitors currently have. Therefore, we released a new version of MarketSpace on December 19th with numerous convenient functions and updates. We are striving to add these notions in order for our users to be able to edit and manage their products that are listed on MarketSpace from a mobile device. For instance, we've added several new statuses that are given to a product at a given time based on circumstances. Moreover, our financial system will also receive a new financial provider, Royal Pay. Currently, you will be able to pay using Russian-issued bank cards, although the gateway will also accept other currencies later. We are also offering cashback currently to increase the use of this new system as well. More and more countries will be added to the gateway, and this is very exciting news. While now, I would like to pass the word to Denis Galka, the head of our team of developers at Synesys. Denis Galka speaking. Good afternoon. Thank you for tuning in to our conference today. My name is Denis Galka and I am the head of development of Gemfamy project. Today, we will be discussing the results of our technological development so far. I will cover the following notions today: the New Year release, its installation features, a brief review of the new release, and answers to questions that you've previously submitted. Firstly, due to the functionality not being 100% complete yet, the installation process is not straightforward and has some specifics to it. Basically, the new version of the application can be installed as a second application along with the current original application remaining on your smartphone. So, the installation features are the access to initiate an installation through a direct link. It is installed as a separate application, but there will be a beta version logo on the new application for your convenience to tell them apart. Logging in the new application will transfer to the current one, as the applications vary visually, but they use this same database, and you will see a lot of your current chats in the new application. Let's also discuss what is already completed on the Android version of the application: the login process, list of chats screen, creating chats and channels, the search, user settings, application settings, and the currently in development screen. The process of logging in was slightly changed. The new updates are: after entering your phone number, you will see the graphic as depicted on the slide stating that you will receive a call from Gemfamy and you don't have to accept it, as it will automatically authorize you as a user. In case there is no incoming phone call within 2 minutes, then you will receive a standard SMS message with a code that you will need to enter in the application to proceed. Next, it will ask you for access to your book of contacts and files, and please allow access, as if you do deny the access, a portion of the application will not be usable. Moreover, after completing the authorization procedure, this is what the home screen will look like with a light theme on. Please note that these screenshots are real depictions of what the new application looks like on the Android version currently. There are 3 main tabs on the bottom of the screen: the chat option, public channels, and MarketSpace. You can use all of these notions already, and modern tendencies strive to minimize the amount of steps needed to make a certain action, which is why we drastically simplified our application. At the same time, there are certain notions within the application that are still in development, which is why we added the Work in Progress screen that will inform users of what functionality may not be available just yet, but you will be completed in the nearest time. The list of public channels will look very similar to the home screen of chats, while we separated chats and public channels due to the fact that channels have an informative function and provide news and information for a certain area of interest, while personal conversations are tailored to a user, and it is best to separate both of these in order to not clutter the application and simplify it even further. Additionally, the search functionality is completed as well, which allows you to search by chat name, public channels, search for contacts by nickname or a name, and we will add the ability to search by messages soon as well. In other news, we've combined the settings of the applications and user settings on a separate screen for the convenience of our users. As you can see on the screenshots, you can edit and change numerous settings with your account and application settings and numerous notions as well. Here, you can also switch between light and dark themes too. These are just some of the numerous notions that we've introduced, and I will not cover every particular one as it will take a very long time, so be sure to download the beta version of the new application and find all of the latest functions yourself. And now let's get to answering your questions that we've received. This time, we've had 2 questions regarding the capability of calling mobile phone numbers similar to Viber and Skype calling internationally. Yes, we will most definitely have this capability, while currently our priority is to realize the complete functionality of normal calls, video calls, conference calls, and screen sharing on the web version. We will get to calls to GSM devices once the previously mentioned calling capabilities are introduced. The next question was regarding the bots and artificial intelligence and how we are developing these 2 notions within our application, and how the new version will use bots in it. We still have our artificial intelligence foundation, but we don't use it to create markets anymore. However, the bot platform is still there, and you will still be able to use them and create your own bots, while we are also simplifying these notions along with the redesign of our application in order to make less steps for creating a particular bot. The next question was regarding specifications and features that will be introduced in the Messenger and where can they be found. We do have a complete list of our technological features in our development documentation in English language, with a wide range of technical aspects discussed in it, which is used by our developers, and unfortunately we cannot provide this documentation to public as it contains security information and bits of code. However, we will provide you with a roadmap of features to come and will upload it to our main website shortly. The next question was regarding the date for when the Messenger will be released and what functionality will it have. We have already released the beta version of the application and are estimating to fully complete the application by March or April of this upcoming year, which is when the beta version of the new application will fully replace the current version with all the functionality that we've previously discussed already operating. And the last question was regarding the use of existing functionalities and what we've spent a long time developing. Will we use all of these developments or will they be wasted? All of the current and previous developments that we've introduced will be used in the new version and also will serve as the foundation from which we will improve them and sophisticate their capabilities. The world of IT is developing rapidly, and what we use today could become outdated by the next time. We are striving to march in pace with time and are always implementing the latest notions of the market sector. We will simply update all of the previous aspects and developments. On this note, I would like to thank you for your time, as I am now passing the word to our head of marketing, who will discuss our upcoming and current marketing accomplishments and strategies. Head of Marketing Department, Yekaterina Averyanova speaking. Good afternoon, and let's continue our conference today as I will discuss our latest marketing strategies and news. Firstly, we've introduced New Year themed stickers as we are striving to create a celebratory atmosphere for special occasions, and we also have several New Year contests that we hope that many partners and users will participate in, as there are also wonderful prizes for the winners. We also would like to hear your stories of success in our project, how you envision our project, and how you wish for it to develop further. In other news, lately we have been actively developing functionality of public channels with the help of which products can be promoted and sold in market space by creating a merchant's own public channel or by a group of products. Soon, users will be able to exchange advertising between merchants through a platform of marketing offers, become a leader of opinions and influencers, and host new and professional channels for users to follow you. Additionally, our Gem4Me media channel on Yandex.Zen has been growing and there is lots of useful materials in it, as well as a high rating and lots of traffic, which depicts that we are hiring only the best writers and the information is of high quality. Moreover, we've received questions regarding current promotions and future plans, and I will now answer them in much detail. Currently, the application is promoted on the following resources: Facebook, Google, and Yandex. 300,000 new users join the application from campaigns on these resources per month on average, and we even get organic downloads from that as well. We are also planning a major promotional campaign in target regions through our digital marketing channels and by means of both internal and external advertising. Regional leaders and influencers are planned once the complete redesign of the application is released. Moreover, we've received a few questions regarding our marketing budget, and currently promotional campaigns receive optimal funding which will be scaled depending on the regions and the volume of target audience once the redesigned version of the application is published. Additionally, the project's development will be on a continuous basis based on market needs, which is similar to our competitors Viber, WeChat, and WhatsApp, while new functions of both regional and global scale will be added as well. Additionally, we truly hope that in 2020 our Gem4Me will rise to the top of all global messengers, and we are working tirelessly on our campaigns and target audiences in order to fully maximize the growth of our user base all over the world. On this note, I would like to thank you for your time and wish you a very happy year of 2020, as I am now passing the word to the head of our legal department to answer questions and discuss the legal side of our project. Dmitry Nazarov, Chief Legal Officer of Gem4Me Group speaking. Good afternoon, dear colleagues and friends, and let's continue today's conference. And without any further ado, let's get right to answering the questions that we've received, and we split them in two parts. First part is regarding receiving the funds after the sale of the application by investors, and the second part is miscellaneous legal questions. So, first questions. Will the funds be transferred strictly to a bank account? Are there no other alternatives? Yes, that is correct. The funds will be issued strictly to an account in a bank or to an account in a licensed financial institution. The second question. Do we need separate accounts to withdraw funds after the sale? No, you do not need a separate account for this purpose. Question number 3. Who to send bank account information to? The bank account should be sent to the board of directors and our custodian company as well. Question number 4. Can the transfer be made to 2 to 3 different banks in portions? Yes, this is possible and can be done if all the rules are followed regarding having an account in a bank or in a financial institution. Question number 5. Will there be any issues with Russian banks when receiving the funds by Russian investors? This question actually may rely to not just Russian banks, as I myself would observe such tendencies in Europe and even all over the world. It truly depends on IML directives that are followed by the banks and are enforced by regulators in a particular country. A private entity will need to prove that the funds were earned legally and that the funds were received from the sale of the messenger. There are no reasons to believe that a bank may suspect these funds to be illegal, although it varies on a case-by-case scenario. Question number 6. What to do in case a bank declines to accept a suspicious amount? In this situation, based on our experience and with the context of the sale of the messenger, the origin of the amount can be proved in a document form and any bank will be able to verify with the information. Question number 7. Based on your experience, what banks are most loyal when carrying out such transactions, and what countries are they? I would refrain from naming any particular banks, although it is important to note that you do not do any banking with a bank from a black list. If a bank is within a normal jurisdiction and once proven that all the funds are generated legally, there should not be any issues whatsoever. Question number 8. Should we notify the tax department of our share ownership or dividends now? To answer, in different countries the requirements for declaring assets vary, and once the profits are received they must be declared annually and taxes must be paid. And question number 9. What legal documents will we receive when the profits are received and the dividends are distributed? Apart from the existing documents, there will also be a contract signed between the company and the shareholder depicting the amount of shares owned and the amount that their shares are worth based on the amount that the application is sold for. Is it smart to open an account now to receive certain services and funds to it? To answer, I believe it is of necessity, of course, to have one available and at your disposal. Question number 11. What percent of income tax will we pay on the received profits? Is it 13 or 35% in Russia? Given that shareholders are private entities, the tax is 13%. Number 12. How to describe our earnings in the most appropriate way to tax officers. In this case, it is best to declare it as a capital gain tax. Question number 13. Will the partners receive legal help when declaring profits based on the country? We've discussed this notion with the board of directors, and it is planned that for the main jurisdictions of countries where our shareholders are from, we will offer a standardized legal consultation. Question number 14. Is the contract and the certificate of ownership enough to legalize my earnings in Russia? Yes, these documents will be enough to declare and submit the income to a bank depicting the sources of where the funds came from. Question number 15. How will citizens of United States, Armenia, Crimea, and Belarus receive their profits? These are all very specific jurisdictions due to various laws that they comply with. We will be discussing these aspects with shareholders from these countries on a separate occasion, but we will find a way to comply most definitely. Question number 16. Can citizens of Russia transfer their funds to an Austrian financial and analytic company? Can the funds be split to 2 European accounts? No, unfortunately this is not possible as the payout is only available directly to the account of the person who had shares of the company or to a licensed financial institution in the name of the shareholder. And now I will proceed to the second part of our questions, which cover miscellaneous legal questions. First question being, how do legal documents between the Gemfrey group of companies and an investor depict the company's responsibility for using the funds of investors, and what is this responsibility? How many of such documents are there? Firstly, all of these companies are located in Europe, Malta, Estonia, and the custodian is in Cyprus. Based on the European jurisdiction, the responsibility of the board of directors holds is stated by law, starting from the company being obligated to have transparent accounting where it publishes all of its incomes, spendings, and sources of financing. Also, complete annual audits that are conducted by independent auditing companies to verify accountability, and most importantly, based on the commercial laws of these countries, the board of directors is mandated to comply and depict the funds that are received. Therefore, there is no reason to create additional contracts that would simply duplicate the laws that already exist. I hope that this answers your question, and I will most definitely discuss it in further detail when we meet next time if need be. Question number 2. Please specify regarding the agreement where tokens are used in the description. Why does the company assume no liability? What role does it play when protecting the rights of investors? Tokens are needed to avoid conflicts with the laws of various jurisdictions regarding the sale of shares and to complete transactions through payment gateways with more ease. Therefore, tokens serve as a middle ground between the transaction and receiving shares. So the main agreement depicting the company's liability is the agreement of exchanging tokens for shares. Tokens are simply a technical aspect. Question number 3. Prior to selling bonds of Gemfin market space, the company must obtain a document permitting the sale on the European subdivision of the Nasdaq exchange platform. Do we have a document from Nasdaq as such? An important notion is that by releasing our bonds on Nasdaq, initially we are using the services of Nasdaq as a depository, given that there is no secondary market for our shares, as once an investor purchased the bond, he or she simply transferred it to a broker and continues to hold it, which is why we do not need such a document. If the shares were to be sold on a secondary market, we would obtain the appropriate documentation, but we currently do not need it. While in the future we might consider such an option when a certain amount of shares is sold and investors decide to sell their shares on the secondary market, then we will need to obtain such a document. Question number 4. How many Eurobonds or shares of market space is planned to be released for sale on Nasdaq? 25,000 bonds are announced to be on the Nasdaq exchange platform, with one bond being worth 1,000 euro in nominal value. Therefore, 25 million euro is set for the release. Question number 5. The sale of Eurobonds of market space is available on all of Nasdaq's platform all over the world or just in the Scandinavian one. The bonds are assigned to an Estonian branch of Nasdaq, while purchasing bonds is available from any country, as Nasdaq covers the whole world and an institutional investor is able to purchase them from anywhere in the world. Question number 6. How many Eurobonds of market space is already sold? Where on Nasdaq can we see this information of sales? Currently, bonds worth 200,000 euro were sold, and we are preparing legal documents to sell 200,000 more. The bonds are not sold on Nasdaq as there is no secondary market demanding for shares, and the purchases are not depicted on the platform as the result. Question number 7. How many shares of market space OU are in the Eurobond of market space OU? Is the price of one Eurobond constant or does it change? Currently, with initial placement, the price of one bond is constant, 1,000 euro, given that the bonds are aimed towards institutional investors and each sale is discussed on an individual basis, as well as the amount of shares of market space for one Eurobond is discussed then as well. Question number 8. What about confidentiality of information regarding investors? We are worried of data leaks and criminals obtaining sensitive information. In this case, there is no reasons to worry, as our main jurisdictions are in Malta, Cyprus, and Estonia. Last year, the European Union introduced a new General Data Protection Regulation, which puts even more strict regulations on companies storing information and is extremely strict and carries major financial fines if it's not in compliance. Our custodian is regulated in accordance to these laws, and there is no need to worry about any leaks of data. And question number 9. Is it possible to add a form of share inheritance to the package of documents in order to avoid getting a notary? Many companies have this article as an item in the package of documents provided. This is a question that is discussed on an individual basis and is not a standard topic, as it also varies from country to country. On this note, I would like to thank you for the chance to answer all of your questions, and I hope that you received the answers that you were seeking. I wish you a prosperous new year, and I will answer all the new questions that we receive next time. Alexander Kachinovsky speaking. Good afternoon, dear colleagues and friends. I hope that today's briefing helped to clarify all the questions you've had, and be sure to submit any other question that you may have to our email address depicted on the next slide. Our support service will receive your questions, and all of them will be answered during the next conferences that are scheduled for January. As you can see on the slide, the dates are depicted here. In other traditional news, we currently have 10,615,000 of current users of our application, and it is great to see how this number grows organically. We will soon go over the 10 million users mark in Google Play, and it will also help our future developments as well. Moreover, each week we summarize the results of the earnings and work conducted and the weekly earnings of those active partners. As you can see, the geography of those partners is widespread from Canada to Japan. And over the course of last week, we had 36 partners from 9 countries with earnings of more than 1,000 euro, 11 partners from 6 countries with more than 2,000 euro, 8 partners from 4 countries with more than 3,000 euro, 7 partners from 4 countries with more than 4,000 euro in just 1 week, and 5 partners from 4 countries with earnings of more than 6,000 euro in just 1 week. And our top earning partner of last week earned 8,600 euro, and these are the average weekly earnings of our active partners, as last week our top earning partner received 24,000 euro for the active work conducted. This is the profitability rates of our project for those partners who wish to earn not just when the project is finished and is sold, but also while it is being developed. Additionally, we also announced new contests that I wanted to briefly discuss. As you may know, we currently have the History of Success contest, and the following is required to participate. Record a video in which you will discuss your story of success, or submit your story of success in a written form plus a picture of a good quality. Please submit your stories and videos to the following email address depicted on the slide, and this promotion and contest is valid until January 5th. We are looking forward to receiving your submissions. Moreover, our New Year photo contest is also still valid, and we are looking forward to your creative submissions with your pets. While the prizes are also very good, and we are very impatient to see what we receive. Moreover, our current promotions are all still valid, so be sure to take advantage of them, while I will briefly discuss them again as well. Firstly, the cashback promotion is still valid, where a partner can receive 5% cashback from his or her purchase when paying for a package using encrypted currency, and 5% when purchasing through the Transcoin system. We also added the new Royal Pay payment gateway, and by using it, you will receive a 7% cashback. The main promotion, Increase Your CCA, and a package of shares can be divided into 3 parts in order to grasp the most amount of partners, ranging from those purchasing the smallest packages to the largest ones available. The double CCA promotion is also still valid, so be sure to use it while it is available. Additionally, yet another powerful promotion that we recently introduced, the Maximized Advantages promotion, is also still valid, and we extended into the new year so you can take advantage of it while it lasts. Don't forget of our CCA 10, Your Powerful Surrounding, and a gift portfolio of shares promotion, and the goal of it promotion is to create your powerful surrounding from partners with CCA 10. This promotion started on October 13th, and those partners who already have 5 personal partners with CCA 10 also received a gift portfolio of shares. The promotion does not have an expiration date, although the board of directors can end it at any time based on the remaining amount of shares left. And lastly, the major news and introduction of today. For those who are not satisfied with super packages, we are introducing the Mega and Giga packages with 6 and 9 invest packages respectively. This is a very major promotion, and we are very excited to introduce it. So be sure to take advantage of this extremely generous promotion while it is available. And on this note, I wish you lots of prosperity in the new year, success, and great accomplishments. On this note, I would like to thank you for your time, and until we meet next time.